All right, let's just get right into it, shall we? Welcome to another explainer, everyone. Today, we're decoding some raw, totally street smart live trading secrets, and we're pulling these directly from the trenches of the market. We aren't here to look at theoretical fluff. No, we're stripping down a live trading session to figure out how retail traders can actually survive in the markets without, completely ruining their lives. So buckle up because we're getting straight to the point. So, why do you keep blowing your trading account? Look, we've all been there, right? It's literally the universal pain point for almost every retail trader out there. You deposit your funds, you get hit by the absolute emotional roller coaster of the live markets, you make a few impulsive clicks, and suddenly, poof, your capital is just gone. The source material tackles this head on. It bypasses all the complex technical jargon to really look at the psychological root of the problem. The source actually has a fantastic analogy for this. It calls this type of person an awara, basically a wanderer. Think about it. You leave your house with a cart, but you have absolutely zero clue where you're actually headed. You're just a traveler without a destination. And honestly, this total lack of a planned destination is the foundation of undisciplined, catastrophic trading. Section 1. The Wandering Trader Problem. Lack of fixed structure. Okay, let's break down why flying by the seat of your pants practically guarantees failure. The wandering trader is just completely inconsistent. I mean, one minute they're playing a sniper setup, the next minute they totally switch to a reversal. They flip from buying to selling aimlessly. Sometimes they even take trades just to prove a point against a YouTuber they disagree with. It's crazy. They slapped random Fibonacci or RSI indicators on their charts, and worst of all, they trade with zero fixed limits. Jumping around like this makes you a wanderer, and in the stock market, wanderers get eaten alive. And man, here is the harsh reality of where all that wandering actually leads. The source doesn't sugarcoat this at all. Real trading depression doesn't happen because some line on a chart crossed the wrong way. No, it happens when a trader loses their entire monthly salary, say a hard-earned 1 lakh rupees, in just 2 random button clicks. That is the exact moment panic sets in. Revenge trading starts, and total financial destruction becomes a reality. Section 2. Capital versus risk capacity. Know your real limit. So how on earth do we fix this? Well, first off, we need to completely separate your capital from your actual capacity to lose. The source aggressively goes after that classic YouTube myth that tells you to just risk 2% of your trading capital. Why? Because your risk should never, ever be tied to the balance sitting in your brokerage account. Instead, your true risk capacity absolutely must be based strictly on your real-life monthly income outside of the market. You see, the crucial thing to understand here is what your capital actually is. It's just a margin requirement. Literally, it's just the minimum amount of money the broker says you need to hold to execute a trade, like needing 27,000 rupees to buy a specific lot size. Just because you have 1 lakh loaded in your account to meet margin requirements does not, I repeat, does not mean you have the psychological or financial capacity to lose that 1 lakh in a single day. Section 3. The income-based risk rule, protecting your family. All right, let's look at how this builds into an actionable mathematical framework so you can actually survive without, wrecking your personal life. Let's say someone earns a realistic salary of 1 lakh rupees a month. First things first, 75,000 rupees must be completely locked away. That's for your family, your kids, your SIPs, your daily needs. It's untouchable. That leaves you with only 25,000 rupees. That specific number, not your brokerage account balance, is your absolute maximum trading risk budget for the entire month. But hey, the math doesn't stop there. You take that 25,000 rupee monthly risk budget and you divide it by the roughly 20 trading days in a given month. Doing this simple calculation finally reveals your true, mathematically safe daily limit. This is exactly what ensures you can survive long-term without ever putting your family's future at risk. Section 4. Ironclad daily limits. The cure for overtrading. Now, once you've got that daily limit mathematically figured out, it literally changes everything about how you execute trades. You have absolutely got to lock in these rules before the market even opens. You need to know your maximum risk, say 5,000 rupees. You need a fixed maximum reward target, like 10,000 rupees. And you need a hard cap on your maximum number of trades. For example, exactly 3 trades. If you hit your loss limit, you stop. If you hit your trade limit, you stop. Simple as that. The source emphasizes this next point with so much passion. Basically, the earth and sky could collide. The market could gap up 1,000 points, or it could absolutely crash to the floor, but your rule stays fixed. Your maximum loss and your maximum number of trades cannot change under any circumstances whatsoever. It's literally the only way to protect yourself from the emotional chaos of live price action.
Section 5. Trading Mindset Survival. Patience for long-term.
All right, let's bring this all together. Surviving the long game requires immense, and I mean immense, patience. The source grounds us here with a really raw personal anecdote, stepping far away from those massive profit days to take us all the way back to a much smaller but highly significant number, 3,000 rupees. I absolutely love this quote. They said, "I used to trade just to make 3,000 rupees to buy my son ice cream. You have to start from day one." I mean, wow, it is such a powerful reminder that building actual trading capital and a disciplined mindset requires incredibly humble beginnings. You can't look at someone's year 6 success and try to replicate it on your day one. You have to be willing to grind for those small, consistent wins first. Because here is what the reality of the trading journey actually looks like. On day one, you're starting small with those strict, fixed limits we just talked about. The source notes that it takes roughly 2 to 3 whole years of focused survival just to find your specific trading edge. And for the hosts themselves, it took about 6.5 years of grinding to reach their current level of profitability and emotional control. Patience isn't just a virtue in trading, guys, it is a strict requirement for survival. So what should you really take away from this whole explainer? Well, it really boils down to this final, pretty provocative question. Are you trading to survive for the next 10 years? Or are you just gambling for today? If you want to stop wandering around and actually reach profitability, you have to adopt a survival-first mindset. Lock in those rules, protect your real-life income, and respect the journey. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer today, and I highly, highly recommend applying this math to your own strategy before you make your next trade. Catch you next time.